אני בשר ודם. אבל אני לא בן אדם.
אז איך זה שאין שום הוכחות לקיומכם?
יש המון הוכחות. אתם פשוט עסוקים בלא לראות אותן.
אבל למה?
כי אתם מפחדים מהאמת. קשה לכם לעכל את הידיעה שיש יצורים חזקים מכם, מוכשרים מכם, חכמים מכם. אפילו מיניתם אנשים לתפקיד הזה.
איזה תפקיד?
להכחיש את קיומנו. כבר דורות על גבי דורות קיימים אנשים שזה התפקיד שלהם.
כל התשובות כאן. תבדוק, תחקור, הכל אמת. אני דואג לעולם, אני רוצה שאנשים ידעו את האמת.
Of rock. Who on earth is moving these things? Consider that's a camel in front of it for scale. Who's cutting and moving these things? This is a 39-pound axe head. Swing a 10-pound sledge for a few minutes and see why I'm wondering who's swinging a 39-pound axe head. This skull used to be on display in Winnemucca, Nevada until a few years ago when they took it down. It's in the basement. You have to specially ask to see it. Here's a normal human thumb bone. Underneath is a giant human thumb bone. We've got a replica of a thigh bone in our museum from a guy that would have been about 13 feet tall. If you meet a guy like that, call him Sir. There's an article on the table all about it down here if you want to read more on this one. These jawbones are on display at a hotel in Turkey, 6.5 inches across the TMJs. Any one of you could put your head inside the jaw and bounce it around. Oysters were found 2 miles above sea level. 11-foot oysters weighing 600 pounds, 2 miles above sea level in the Andes Mountains. When they climbed Mount Everest, they found petrified clams on top of Mount Everest. Interesting thing about these clams, they're petrified and they're closed. Now, I'd like to point out, Mount Everest is a little ways from the beach, first of all, okay? About 450 miles to the beach. And clams do not climb mountains very well. And when a clam dies, it opens. You can walk along the beach and find a million seashells. You hardly ever find a matched pair. And you never find them closed if they're dead. They open right away. How do you get petrified closed clams on top of Mount Everest? I think there was a flood. Skeleton of a man, 11 foot 6 inches tall. 11'6". How'd you like to have one of those guys on your basketball team?
בהתחלה חשבתי שמדובר במתיחה, אבל הכונן שאנדרה נתן לי הכיל אין ספור נתונים והוכחות. נראה שכל מה שמורי סיפר היה אמת.
We worship Lucifer and all his angels. They're just as beautiful as they did before they were cast out of heaven. Beautiful as they did before they were cast out of heaven. Beautiful as they did before they were cast out of heaven. Beautiful as they did before they were cast out of heaven. Beautiful as they did before they were cast out of heaven. Beautiful as they did before they were cast out of heaven. Beautiful as they did before they were cast out of heaven.
כולם פה חייזרים, גונבים טכנולוגיה, צריך לקנות טכנולוגיה!
Half angel, half human, beings of immense power, strong enough to restore balance.
There's too many of them.
Have a little faith.
these were all nations deceived.
With a cathartic breathing, and the reason for it is just to move your energy and to get you out of your head and into your body, and you just breathe.
Familiar spirits?
Yes, it's my spirit guides who are usually my ancestors, and my angels are, for example, my brother who passed away is one of my angels. My grandma that passed away is one of my angels. Yeah.
Do you know what familiar spirit means?
Not necessarily, if you could explain that to me.
Yeah, the Bible says it's actually demons.
Demons.
What's interesting is that there was a huge satanic ritual that was performed on the very spot where Area 51 happened by this Jack Parsons, yeah, and in which they had this magical ceremony called Babylon Working, and it was designed by Aleister Crowley, who was a Satanist who called himself the D666. Yeah. And the purpose of this series of magical ceremonies, which was performed on the spot of Area 51, where it's now located, was to unseal an interdimensional gateway, they said. And so this, they hoped, would allow other entities known as the, quote, Old Ones access to our space-time.
hope of the universe. I am the answer to all living things that cry out for peace. I am protector of the innocent. I am the light in the darkness. I am truth.
The character of Son Goku in Dragon Ball is based on Sun Wukong.
Son Goku's character is based on the Chinese mythological character called the Monkey King, who in the myth gets invited to heaven and believes he will receive an honorable place as one of the gods, but is instead made the protector of the horses, essentially a stable boy, which is the lowest job in heaven. He rebels and proclaims himself the great sage.
Anka is the guest, and he will be channeling Bashar, who is a consciousness from another time and space. So I'm very excited about that possibility of doing this channeling right as we see it live. But let me talk to Daryl. Hey, Daryl.
Hi, how you doing? When I was being trained, it was a matter of going through different kinds of meditational exercises in order to learn how to get the brain waves to shift that way. At this point, 24 years later, it's a very automatic thing. As soon as I just open myself up to that connection, the process just now happens automatically, and it just takes me to that level. So,
thanks. Okay.
Sure.
Say good day to you this day of your time. How are you?
Very good. Thank you so much for being here.
It is our pleasure always to co-create these transmissions with each and every one of you. For in doing so, we are allowed to experience through all of you different facets of the multidimensional crystal of all that is. It also forms a link and a bridge between your reality and ours, and creates and generates a third reality in which we may all one day interact more closely. So we thank you for this opportunity, and we thank you for this gift.
נחמץ!
הצילו!
רק אין החשמל, ולמטה ראיתי מראה אש.